The coming labor market shift, the job market shift, due to the onset of AI, is going to be more severe than the GFC, the Great Financial Crisis of 2008 2009. The Great Financial Crisis of 2008 2009 was caused by an economic contraction. A lot of banks were giving out subprime loans. And you've heard the term subprime. That just means that banks were loaning to individuals that they, say, 5 years before that time, would never have loaned to. They were loaning to folks that maybe didn't have the credit, or maybe didn't even really have proof of income. They were just dishing out loans and money all over the place. And what happened was a lot of those individuals weren't able to, foot the bill. A lot of folks defaulted on their loans, and it just started a snowball effect. Banks stopped loaning, credit dried up, businesses weren't able to get out loans so they can expand, therefore they stopped hiring. So the job market just seized up. And if you're a millennial that was coming out of college around about that time, just a little bit before that time or after, you know that the job market was horrendous. It was a terrible time. AI is going to be similar, if not worse, but this time it's not going to be because of contraction. It's going to be because of disruption. It's going to fundamentally shift how we work. It's going to fundamentally shift what jobs are necessary to be done by humans versus machines. It's going to be a very interesting time, to say the least. This video is not about fear mongering. It's not about clickbait. It's not about arousing an emotion of fear. It's me sounding the alarm again that if you are aware, if you're here and you're aware of what's going on, now is the time for you to prepare. You saw my video. If you haven't, check my video out that I released not that long ago. And it was talking about the report that Microsoft released. And within that report, they detailed the top 40 professions that would be most and the top 40 professions that will be least likely to be disrupted by AI. And so you should check that out. Now, of course, this is all speculation. We're all guessing. Some people have more information than others. And so their guess might be a little bit more on point. But at the end of the day, we're all guessing based on the amount of information we have. So Microsoft, with their vast amount of information, access, etc., those are the types of guesses we kind of want to pay attention to. We don't want to necessarily attribute 100% truth to them because we won't know until we get there. However, we want to pay attention to what the experts are saying so that we can properly position ourselves. So what you need to do right now is figure out whether you need to reskill, upskill, or both and get moving. Now is the time to actuate. Take some action and prepare for what's coming. I know this is scary. I know there's a lot of uncertainty. And I've been there before. You're in a situation and it's so scary and it's so uncertain that you just want to shut down. Crawl up in a corner, maybe put on Netflix and binge watch and detach from the world. Maybe you just want to just escape it all. And that is natural. But I'm encouraging you right now to lean in to this moment and to prepare. And that's going to put you ahead of all the other folks who decided to binge watch and detach and just run from it or stick their head in the dirt and pretend like this isn't going to happen. We need to prepare as though it is definitely going to happen and make the right moves. So what does it mean to upskill? What does it mean to reskill? Upskilling is the process of learning new and advanced skills that enhance your current role. And that's what a lot of AI experts are saying. They're saying, listen, AI is not going to decimate, it's not going to eliminate all jobs, but what it's going to do is it is going to eliminate a good portion of jobs, and the people who are left standing are going to be the ones who know how to use AI. So maybe a department that had 20 people will be reduced to a department with 2 people. And those 2 people will be proficient with AI and machine learning tools, and they'll be overseeing the machines and the AI, whereas they were overseeing and supervising people. they'll be overseeing and supervising machines and software. Reskilling is the process of acquiring entirely new skill sets to adapt. And I think adapt is one of the key words of this moment. Adapt, pivot, those are some of the key words. You have to figure out, are you in a career path where you just kind of need to add to your toolkit and you have a good chance of coming out on the other side on top? Or are you in a career path where you need a completely new skills in order to weather this coming storm? An upskilling example might be, let's say you're in IT and you're a developer. AI is going to take a lot of developer jobs, and it's already happening. But if you're a developer and you're familiar with computers, machines, networking, things of that nature, then that is an upskilling opportunity for you, because a lot of pundits are saying that cloud computing, for example, is going to be one of those jobs that is going to be in high demand, because what AI requires is incredible amounts of electricity, incredible amounts of data storage. And you may have read reports about data centers popping up all over the country. Those data centers require folks to maintain the actual center, maintain the infrastructure, the nuts and bolts that the AI is using to store and process information. So cloud computing technicians, engineers who have a specialty in maintaining data centers, they're going to be in incredibly high demand in the near future. You may have seen some of the articles about Mark Zuckerberg over at Meta recruiting data scientists and individuals who are skilled in machine learning and paying them tens, hundreds of millions of dollars to come over to Meta and help them develop their AI systems. And so if you're already in the tech world and you're already a developer, you're so much closer to making that transition to learning AI tools and machine learning than someone like me. That would be a great upskilling opportunity for you. Now, a reskilling opportunity might be if you are a call center operator and you know that AI is coming. You may have seen some articles where call centers in India and other countries are completely being wiped out. Hundreds of people at a time are losing their jobs because AI agents and chatbots are taking those jobs. So in that case, you might say, maybe I need to reskill and finally learn how to do something IT related. But you also might say, hey, you know what? I'm already a call center operator. I'm really good at communicating. I'm really good at solving people's problems. Maybe I want to become a psychotherapist. Now, some people are going to be comfortable with talking to AI or a machine about their, mental health. But there's always going to be a subset, or for the conceivable future, in my opinion, there are going to be people who are going to want to talk to a human. So even in those fields, I think there's still going to be demand for human. So that might be something you might be interested in endeavoring upon. If you're an artist right now, maybe you say, hey, you know what? I'm going to double down on my art, because even though people are creating art with chatbots and things of that nature, what that's also doing is it's creating more demand for human created art. Some people don't want a machine to create their artwork. They still want you to paint the picture. They still want you to create the vase. Whatever your particular medium of artistic expression might be, some people prefer to know that, hey, another human being created this art, because that adds intrinsic value. So if you're an artist, don't fret. This might be a tremendous opportunity for you to double down on your art, maybe double down on your social media. Maybe that's a reskilling or upskilling opportunity. Say you're an artist, but you completely don't use social media. Maybe it's time for you to really double down on your social media skills so you know how to promote your art and let more people know what you're doing. And that might catapult your artistry and your business to new heights just by adding that new skill of social media marketing and promotion into your toolkit. Time is of the essence. Start today, not tomorrow, not next week, not next month. Start right now, today. What does starting today look like? Well, I released a video and I put some of the AI classes that I've taken that you might be interested in taking, but I wanted to expand upon what some of the opportunities might be for you and for myself to upskill, to reskill, and to prepare for this shift. So I have a short list here of resources, ideas more so for you to check out. And I would love it if you would leave in the comments and let me know what you think. Are there more resources like this that I can share with you? And if this is the type of content that you appreciate, I would love it if you would subscribe, like, leave a comment, let me know what I can do a little bit better. Let me know what's going well. With that said, number one is prompt engineering. Learn how to prompt the AI chatbots. Learn how to communicate with them to get really meaningful results. Why? Because, as I said before, a lot of the jobs, the human jobs that are going to survive this disruption are going to be the people that are proficient with AI, that know how to manage the machines. So now is a great time for you to learn how to manage the machines, to learn how to prompt engineer, to learn how to communicate in that way so that you will be one of the ones that your company says, this individual is so proficient, they are so ahead of the curve, we need to keep them in our company because they're going to help us be more competitive. Number two, trading and investing. At least for now, the markets are still open to anybody and they're highly competitive, which is good for you and for myself. So whether that's stocks, whether that's crypto, or even real estate, there are still great opportunities in these markets to make money. So learning how to trade, learning how to invest is not an easy skill to develop, but start today. There is tons of free and very valuable information on YouTube and other websites on the internet where you can learn options trading, where you can learn just how to buy and hold, how to analyze really quality companies on the stock market, put your money in there, let it ride for 6 months to a year, take it out and do it again. Trading and investing is a very valuable tool. Same thing for the cryptocurrency market. There's lots of money to be made if you learn how to identify opportunity, buy low and sell high, as they say. Now, I will say as a caveat, James Rickards, who is a really well-respected economist and financial analyst, in his book, Money GPT, he talks about how a lot of the big trading firms like Goldman Sachs, etc., they're already working on AI algorithms to help them better invest and trade. So a few years down the line, we may have a lot of disruption in that area where, because the machines are trading against one another, the margins for finding value are going to be slimmer. So it could get more competitive, but my opinion, based on what I've read, trading and investing is a great opportunity for you to develop a skill set where you'll be able to earn for the coming years. Number three, apprenticeship. Now, apprenticeship is not something that a lot of people are super familiar with. Apprenticeship is a learn and earn type of platform where you're learning a job as you're actually getting paid. So you're employed and you're learning the job at the same time. Apprenticeships can range anywhere from 6 months to 4 years, depending on the career path. And there's new types of apprenticeships coming out all the time. Typically, I think we think of apprenticeships as for the trades. And there are still really some amazing apprenticeships for the trades. But there are also apprenticeships for teachers. There are apprenticeships for coders. There's lots of opportunities out here. And the really amazing part is a lot of them are absolutely free. But I would encourage you to look at apprenticeship programs as an opportunity to upskill and reskill. And a lot of times it's absolutely free. And again, you get paid while you're learning. Number 4, community college. Don't sleep on community college. Community colleges are more nimble, in my opinion, and a lot of times than the big universities. And they are more adept at how to specifically skill you for a career path. I would really look into my local community college and see what kinds of courses they're offering. See what kinds of associate's degrees they're offering, maybe in IT or in the trades, wherein you can get a really quality education that will prepare you for a lucrative career path, and you're not necessarily paying exorbitant amounts like if you went to, a school like I went to. Next, reading. Now, this may seem kind of basic, but we're so accustomed to consuming information through a medium like this, through video, that I think sometimes we forget about the power of reading, not only articles, but specifically books. I love reading books, especially from authors who take the time to make really researched and thorough arguments. Reading is a great opportunity for you to gather new information, to explore new ideas, and really stay ahead of the curve. And I'm sure you've heard the saying, like, if you really want to hide something from someone, put it in a book. Well, I'm encouraging you to open those books, open those treasure troves of information, and get new ideas about how you can better yourself and get ahead of this disruption. And last, but definitely not least, pray. This one is absolutely important from my perspective, because having God in your processes ensures that you are going to win. Now, sitting back and doing nothing and just praying that God is going to help you, that's not going to be effective. But exploring opportunities and asking God to help you in your exploration, asking Him to give you wisdom, asking Him to give you discernment, asking Him to put the right people in your path that will help you along your journey. Because there is absolutely nobody that is successful right now. And I repeat, there is no one who is successful right now that did not have someone who helped them along the way, whether gave them some information, gave them an opportunity in form of a job, invested in them financially, etc. So asking God to put those types of people in your life is amazing. And so prayer is the thing that binds all of this action together. And I'll close with this scripture that I think kind of ties all of this up in a nice bow. It's from the book of Ephesians, and it's Ephesians 6:13. And I'll read two different translations of this verse. Because of this, put on all the things God gives you to fight with. Then you will be able to stand in that sinful day. When it is all over, you will be standing. Now that is the New Living Translation. Another translation: because of that, take all the help that God gives, like it is your armor. Then, when the bad time comes, you will be able to stand strongly. You will not fall. After you have finished everything, you will be standing strongly in your place. And that is the moral of the money. Prepare now, incorporate God in your plans, and you will not fail. There is nothing to fear if you have the right preparation and the right prayer life. Until next time, peace.